Oh, hi, Mark. Now I know what you're thinking. But oh, hi, Mark Reviews. Why are you wearing a Jason beanie in the middle of June? I just wanted to keep you on your toes. I don't wear beanies. So, every horror film I've ever seen. Hold on, my beverage isn't open. I have to amend that. Every horror film I've ever seen. There's a little series I'm doing, uh, examining all of the horror movies that I've seen. Man, can you tell I'm a professional? I really know how to open these here beer bottles. I've been around the block a time or two. What's funny is I have, and this is not wanting to come off. Did I pick the one beer bottle in the entire world that's just like atomically sealed? Ah, there we go. I got her. Anywho, so yeah, we're going over every single horror movie I've ever seen, 25 films at a time. And I'm just going to share some brief thoughts and experiences on them with you. I figured it's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded a movie video because, as I said, I've been into comic books recently, and that's taken some of my attention away from the important things in life, like horror movies. So, we left off at number 100, Lake Placid versus Anaconda. Now, I pretty much just said it's not a great movie because I don't remember my first time watching Lake Placid versus Anaconda, and I don't really remember anything about it. And if you don't think Lake Placid versus Anaconda is a horror film, kiss my ass. Number 101, Bloodlust. Alright, so Bloodlust is a film from the early 1960s. And I don't love it, but I watched it pretty early. It was probably one of the first horror films I ever owned. I got it in this slimline DVD case. My mother bought it for me at a dollars and deals. That's where she got it. And I begged her for it, and she agreed to buy it for me. And I was sorely disappointed. Actually, I wasn't that disappointed because I wasn't expecting much, but it was, yeah, essentially it's the story of the most dangerous game, if you're familiar with that. Rich guy hunts people on an island with a crossbow. Alright, we're caught up to speed. Number 102, Boogeyman from 2005. I believe the first time I watched this, I rented it from the local grocery store, and I don't remember what that entailed at all. Do you? You weren't there, were you? I knew it. I knew it. You don't even... What are you even good for? What do I keep you around for, huh? You don't remember shit. But I do remember that I actually ended up renting it a lot because it was a PG-13 rated horror film. And so my mom would let me watch it because it was PG-13. And it was one of the few PG-13 horror movies they had at that grocery store. You know what? I think you guys like that better. He's a much more handsome host. Give him your handsome little face again. I think they appreciated that. I did. Yeah, I appreciate it. Number 103 is Boogeyman 2. Now, Boogeyman 2 is the sequel. Yeah. Bowser knows what's up. It's the sequel. And, you don't paw at your sister. What are you doing? Anyway, it's fine. I don't really remember anything from it. Tobin Bell's in it. I know that. I think I've seen the movie once, maybe twice. And you want up? Come on. Good boy. Yeah. You good puppy. And anyway, oh, I'm gonna fucking eat you. Number 104 is Bubba Ho-Tep. Again, don't really remember my first time watching Bubba Ho-Tep. However, what are you doing? Huh? Bowser. However, I do know that I like Bubba Hotep. A surprisingly depressing film for a movie where Bruce Campbell plays Elvis. Number 105, The Cave. Wow, you're all coming to say hello. This is a first. I think this is a first. I feel like Ace Ventura in the first Ace Ventura movie when he's got all the birds on him and he's like, oh, yeah. Anyway, The Cave. That's another one I just rented from the local grocery store. Number 106 is Child's Play. So I saw that for the first time at a friend's house. I didn't really remember it, retain anything. But then later, my mom actually bought me the DVD. And weirdly enough, we were in Utah when she bought it for me. And we were staying at my grandmother's house, and I watched it in her basement. My grandmother had an exceptionally creepy basement. It was terrifying down there, and all I did down there was watch horror movies. I remember watching Insidious in her basement one time, and they had like this hallway just beyond the regular part of the basement, like the main area in the basement, and it was a very dark hallway with a cement floor. It was terrifying. It looked like a serial killer's house, and to the left, right there, was my grandfather's office where he read books. I don't know what else he was doing in that office, to be honest with you. Like, I researched things. I don't know. There was like a really old computer, and there were a lot of books down there. And my grandfather was a very, very straight-laced fellow. He read a lot of history books. I don't know why I told you that, but there you go. There's a little tidbit about my grandfather. But then past his office was, to the right was a bathroom. This bathroom was tiny. Literally only had a toilet. It had a toilet and it had a sink. And it was barely big enough for those two things. And for you to like stand up and wash your hands and like, you know. But it didn't even have a shower. And then past that was the water heater, just plugged in, cranked on in to this piece of cement back there, and then there was just this dark corner which served no purpose. It was literally just like where there should have been a wall, it went a little further in, and it was just pitch black back there. Even if you had all the lights on in the basement, it was black back there. Anyway, that was a little more than I intended to divulge, but yes, I watched that movie in my grandmother's basement at one point. 107, Laid to Rest 2, Chrome Skull. So I saw this movie before I saw the first Laid to Rest. I liked it quite a great deal. Upon first watch of Laid to Rest, I actually liked Laid to Rest 2 better. I've since changed my opinion to the correct opinion. Don't you worry. Number 108 is Cloverfield. Cloverfield's fine. It was one of the early horror movies in my collection because I bought it as a young kid from the Walmart $5 bin. It was PG-13, so my parents let me watch it and such. Number 109 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. This, I believe, is the only Cloverfield movie I've actually gone back to rewatch, is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I actually do like the movie quite a great deal. I like the more contained thriller aspect of it with John Goodman and, I don't know, the other dude. But it's a fine movie. It's a good movie, really. I thought it was so funny, though. Like, you saw all those YouTube critics just absolutely flipping their shit for 10 Cloverfield Lane. I'm like, brother, it's a good movie, but let's calm down, huh? Number 110, Devil. This, on the other hand, is a movie that people hate. People hate Devil. Produced by M. Night Shyamalan, came out in 2010. I think it's... Quinny, I think it's fine. Why? Why the hate for Devil? It's a fine movie. It's like a 5.5 out of 10ish. There's a couple of creepy moments. The toast thing is really stupid. The toast thing is really stupid. But I think the rest of it is just fine. Number 111 is Domestic Disturbance. Once again, not quite a horror movie, but like it's in the general vicinity, right? Essentially, Domestic Disturbance, and I didn't know this at the time of viewing it, is Rear Window, but not that good, and it has Shia LaBeouf in it. I feel like if I ever feel like watching Rear Window, I'm just gonna watch Rear Window, right? I'm not gonna watch Domestic Disturbance with Shia LaBeouf. Number 112, Ed Gein, Butcher of Plainfield. So, of course, many of you know, Ed Gein was a real life guy, not a good guy. He was pretty uncool, if you ask me, to be honest with you. Some things he did were very uncash money, and Christ. Basically, he was a killer. Wasn't a serial killer. I think he killed like 2 people. At least that's what he said. But he robbed a bunch of graves, and he made furniture out of people. And he is the inspiration for Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He was the inspiration for Norman Bates from Psycho. He was the inspiration for Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Very influential fellow. But Ed Gein, in some really not so great ways, but Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield, the movie, was a movie that came out in the mid-2010s, and it starred Kane Hodder as Ed Gein. What a weird choice. Kane Hodder as Ed Gein. Ed Gein wasn't a big guy. If you've ever seen photos of him from back then, he's a very gaunt-looking individual. And Kane Hodder's just like this hulking mask. Fucking... just freshly got off the set of Hatchet, roaring at the camera, and he comes in, rips his makeup off, and he's like, alright, now let's play a mentally ill farmer from the 1940s. With mommy issues. It's not a great movie. It's not very good at all, actually. Number 113, The Evil Dead. The original 1981 film, The Evil Dead. Gee, golly gosh, boys and girls, do I ever remember my first time watching The Evil Dead. I love The Evil Dead. I always have loved The Evil Dead. I will continue to love The Evil Dead. To me, The Evil Dead is one of the scariest movies of all time, if not the scariest movie of all time. I will tell you, I have pretty much always felt that way. I saw it very young as a kid, and I saw it on Netflix at a friend's house, and I switched the movie off in like the final 15 minutes because it was too much. Actually, it might not have been the final 15 minutes. I think it was around the spot, if not shortly after, it was around the spot where Cheryl is sitting in the doorway. Or, not Cheryl. What the hell is her name? I don't know, man. The other chick. Can you tell how much I love the movie? Don't pretend like you remember their names. Get out of my face with that. But, she's sitting in the doorway going, "We're gonna get you, not another peep, time to go to sleep." That shit fucked me all the way up. You have to be absolutely joshing me there, Rick. I am not going anywhere near that. And yeah, I turned the movie off, and whatever point of the movie that is. And my friend had to coax me for like 10 to 20 minutes to try and get it back on so we could finish the movie. He's like, come on, dude, you don't want to be a little bitch, do you? And I was like, yeah, I do. Because I don't want that showing up in my dreams. I have no desire for that. But this movie's always been so special to me because it feels like, I don't know, it feels like humans shouldn't watch it. Like, it feels as though it's some bizarre cosmic thing that's been sucked through a extra dimensional wormhole and landed in a dusty basement that now, like, you discover it and then you put it in and you watch it and then you're like, I'm never gonna be the same. And I wasn't. I would grow to be this, which potentially the most terrifying creature of them all, right, Quinny? She agrees. All right, and then number 114, Evil Dead 2. I hated Evil Dead 2. The first time I saw it, I should be very clear. The first time I saw The Evil Dead 2, I hated it. And I didn't even watch the full thing. It opened up, and I was like, what is this goofy shit? And I might have stuck around for 5-10 minutes of the movie, and I was done. And I went back and watched it later with another one of my friends, and I was like, this is, like, amazing. And I have since gone back and watched it many, many times since. And it's like, it's like top 20, top 30 horror movies of all time. Evil Dead 2 is just the perfect horror comedy. It absolutely it is. It has the perfect blend of horror and comedy in a film. That's not to say it's my favorite horror comedy, but it absolutely is the perfect one. Number 115, Army of Darkness. Definitely more comedy. I like Army of Darkness. That's about all I can offer you on that one. Number 116, Evil Dead 2013. Now, I do remember my first time watching Evil Dead 2013. Technically, I remember my first 2 times, but I don't remember which came first. One of the times I was watching it with my best friend, and we watched it at his house during a sleepover. It scared the shit out of us. Whatever. We were like 14 at the time, 13 or 14. We watched it on TV because I think he had HBO, and so he'd record horror movies when they came to HBO, and we'd watch them when I come to his house. And then the other, I watched it with another friend, and his dad had, he just had like a loose disc of it, and we went ahead and watched it, and there were 3 of us at that point, and I remember his dad, that rascally little bastard, his dad. I love that old man, but he's sitting on he had like an exercise equipment. I don't even remember what it was. It was a piece of exercise equipment behind the couch. And we were all sitting on the couch in a row watching the movie. And we were engrossed, and he could tell. And he lets out a blood-curdling scream at one of the worst times. All 3 of us jumped. Our souls left our body for a moment. It was fantastic. We thought it was very funny. He's done that with a couple other movies, but that is one that I remember specifically him doing that to. And, yeah, that was it's a good memory. Number 117 is The Exorcist. The Exorcist is a movie I've had to come around on over the years because I didn't love The Exorcist when I first saw it. I wasn't terrified by it. And even now, I'm not that scared of The Exorcist. I do think it's a scary movie, objectively, but it doesn't scare me. It just doesn't have the stuff that a movie needs to have to scare me. I'm afraid of the uncanny or the extremely realistic. Evil Dead creeps me out because it's very uncanny. The Strangers creeps me out because that feels very real to me. And The Exorcist just has neither of those things going for it, in my opinion. But, as I said, I do like The Exorcist a great deal these days. Number 118 is The Fly from 1958. I don't really remember this movie for shit. It's fine, though. It's a fine movie. I remember liking it alright. The ending is really goofy, where you see Vincent Price's head on a fly. That's really stupid. And it's like the high-pitched, "Help me!" That is ridiculous. Isn't that right, Bowser? It's ridiculous. He came to help. He heard me say help me, he came to help. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. Alright, number 119 is Exists. This is a found footage Bigfoot movie. Quinny, what the hell you doing, bud? Holy shit. Alright. A found footage Bigfoot movie. It's fine. I don't remember much else about that. Number 120 is The Fog from 1980. John Carpenter's The Fog. Who doesn't love The Fog? Let me ask you that. Bowser, you ask him too. You ask him. Who doesn't love it? Yeah, I don't know the answer. You ask them. I don't know the answer. I love that damn movie. But The Fog is a great movie. I do love that one. But then at number 121, we have a less great movie. And by less great, I mean absolutely abhorrent. Isn't that right, Bowser? The Fog 2005. Now, if ever there was a horror movie, it would be the boardroom meeting in which they're pitching The Fog 2005. That might be the scariest one of them all. That is a horrible film, The Fog 2005. I hate it. I even hated it back when I saw it first. And when I first saw The Fog 2005, I had never seen John Carpenter's The Fog. So even I, as a very young child, hated this movie. I was not scared by it. I thought it was horrendous. Let's see. Number 122, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. It's a good movie. I don't remember much about it. Number 123, The Return of the Living Dead. Of course, it's a great movie. I actually have a review of Return of the Living Dead on my channel. It is very early. I think it was the third or fourth video I ever put out, and it was when I was still recording with my best friend. And the video is called It's Late, the Movie, the Review. And it was very late at night when we recorded that, and we were being a couple little silly gooses. And I said a couple of things that I thought were kind of racy, and I didn't know if YouTube would hit me with an age restriction, so that is the only video on my channel that is age restricted, because I went and preemptively age restricted it. What a goofball. What a silly goose I was. You can get away with saying some shit on YouTube, and they're not going to age restrict you, so I don't know why I did that. Number 124 is Misery. Of course, everyone likes Misery. I like Misery. The movie, that is. I'm not a fond of the sensation of Misery, though. The universe seems to think I am, because I have to keep waking up early in the morning and going to a fucking job. Isn't that right? Yeah, I ain't even won the lottery or nothing. Ain't that some bullshit? Number 125 is The Gate. The Gate's fine. It's a movie about a bunch of little, satanic goblin trolls from hell. There you go. That's the whole movie of The Gate. There are absolutely no more intricacies in it. Don't look into it. You'll be disappointed. You won't. Actually, The Gate's pretty fun, I will say. Late 80s, it is a decently fun time. But that's it. 25 movies. And I think I'm all out of steam there, bud. These dogs took it right out of me. Just being absolute gosh darn scruffy looking nerf herders the entire time I was filming. So, boop. I'll see you guys on the next one, I hope.